Chances are you remember Candace Cameron Bure for her turn as DJ Tanner on Full House in the 80s and 90s. But 30 years later, the proud mama is sharing the spotlight with her daughter, Natasha, who is all grown up and proving that she's just as talented as her superstar mom.
Hi everybody, welcome to the Natasha Show.
Candace married hockey player Valerie Bure in 1996. And according to fellow Full House cast member Dave Coulier, who introduced the pair, sparks flew from the very beginning. Dave told People magazine, "When Valerie first saw Candace, he just blushed." The couple went on a date the next day and were engaged within a year. After their wedding, the Bures decided to start a family, and in 1998, they welcomed their daughter, Natasha, into the world. 2 other children followed, Lev 2 years later, and Maxim 2 years after that.
I actually lived in Florida for all of my childhood. I have some of the best memories out with my brothers, just riding our bikes, building forts outside.
By the looks of it, Natasha grew up in a very happy home, and she has expressed gratitude for her family, especially her mother. She wrote to Candace, posting on Instagram, "I'm so glad God gave me you as a mom, because Lord knows no one else would have been able to handle me." Religion has been extremely important to Natasha for as long as she can remember. She told Harvest Show International, "My faith in general has just been a huge part of my life ever since I was born. I grew up in a Christian household. I was raised by Christian parents. I went to Christian school all the way up to 10th grade, so pretty much my entire life was always surrounded by it."
Every Sunday we go to church together, yeah.
Natasha clearly values her spirituality and prioritizes it in her life. She said in an interview with Fox News, "I think with anything that I do and continue to do, I would want it to reflect me and my faith and the person that I truly am."
Praise Jesus for makeup sometimes.
Natasha is also not at all shy about being openly Christian either, thanks to her mother's example. In an interview with NBC News, Natasha shared, "My mom is very outspoken about faith, so it's obviously encouraged me to be that way." It might sound like the literal dream to grow up in a celeb family, but it appears that it's not all glitz and glam. In fact, Natasha felt pressured to be perfect at a very early age. She admitted to Harvest Show International, "Growing up, I was always very conscious of how I looked, how I dressed, how I acted. I always wanted to be cool because society tells us, oh, this is how you're supposed to look. This is how you're supposed to act. I was constantly in my own head, always caring about what other people thought about me."
That was definitely a test of faith.
In order to break out of that negative mindset, Natasha had to do some serious soul searching. She shared, "I really had to get in touch with myself and know where I stand with my morals and what I believe in and really stick to that instead of giving in to peer pressure." Surprisingly, Natasha didn't have a close relationship with mom Candace growing up. In fact, it was quite the opposite. In an interview with Fox News, Natasha remembered, "I think for a long time my mom was just strictly my mother. We did not have a friendly relationship. She was somebody who was disciplining me and, setting rules in our house." Natasha also explained to Entertainment Tonight,
She's like a cool mom, like she is cool. She's hip, but she's strict. Like she's definitely strict.
but Natasha's not mad about how she was raised or salty about the past. She says she and her mom are more chummy now that Natasha is older, revealing that they spend time together as friends, but she noted, "There's still going to be that mother-daughter boundary." Clearly, Natasha is no stranger to the internet. She revealed on The Rachel Ray Show,
I love social media. I love Twitter, Instagram.
and she's been active on both of those platforms for quite some time, developing a solid fan base of nearly 500,000 followers on the gram. Her feed is chock full of selfies, throwback pics of her and her family, Full House references, and some ultra-glam fashion shots. She's also got her own YouTube channel where you can find a wide variety of content, from makeup tutorials to vlogs with her friends, as well as music videos. When you're born with classically good looks, it seems only natural to enter the modeling world. And that's just what Natasha did. She shared with Naluta magazine, "I actually started modeling when I was pretty little. I have little Polaroid test shots of me when I was 5 or 6. I took a break from it when I was around 10, and now I just model for fun." But that doesn't mean she's written off the prospect of a professional modeling career. She said, "I would love to get back into it though. It's such a great art form and creating different looks for photography is always fun."
I don't know what the future holds, but I definitely could see myself not living in LA, even though I do love it a lot.
Natasha claims she once got some sagely modeling advice from none other than supermodel Gigi Hadid. Natasha shared with People magazine that Hadid told her, "The only advice I would give is to just walk like you're walking on the street." If you recognize Natasha but can't quite put your finger on why, you might have watched her perform on season 11 of The Voice. During a blind audition, she wowed Judge Adam Levine, who then selected her to be on his team, thanks to her cover of Elvis Presley's Can't Help Falling in Love.
I'm really happy you're on my team. Welcome.
Although Natasha was eliminated after a battle round with Riley Elmore, she looks back on the experience fondly, telling Naluta magazine, "I had a great experience on the show, meeting other artists and becoming best friends with them. I learned so much about myself during that season, and I am so glad I was able to be a part of it." Natasha has also performed with Grammy Award-winning Christian pop duo For King and Country, and she also posts performances of cover songs on her YouTube channel.
You know, acting is definitely a whole different realm.
As if singing and modeling weren't enough, Natasha's also developing her acting career. As one of her first gigs, she appeared in a commercial for Whimsy Pets when she was a kid. But by 2017, she was acting in the Hallmark movie Switched for Christmas, along with her mother. She told iHollywood TV, "I was blessed to be a part of it, and I would love to continue doing these types of films." Even though Candace starred in the movie, she stressed that she didn't want to get too involved with her daughter's performance on set. Candace told the Christian Post, "It was really important to me to make sure I let the director do their job and not give Natasha any acting notes."
And she did a fabulous job.
Natasha also acted in the 2019 Christian romance flick, Faith, Hope, and Love. Of Natasha's many accomplishments, arguably the most impressive is that she wrote and published a book at age 18. Entitled, Let's Be Real, Living Life as an Open and Honest You. The book offers wisdom and advice for girls and young women. Natasha told Naluta magazine, "I wanted to use my platform to bring light to topics that teens struggle with every day."
I used to have really bad acne, and over time, I found products that worked for me.
The book's core message is that authenticity and being true to yourself is key. Natasha shared with the Christian Post, "It's all about being real, being open, and being honest. There is nothing better than doing just that. Living a life that is authentic makes having fun, making friends, and pursuing passions so much easier." Natasha really had to open herself up to the world when writing this book, which wasn't an easy task for the first-time author. She revealed to Naluta, "I want to be real with other people and not make my life seem like it's filter perfect." Even though she's accomplished so much already, Natasha has some ambitious plans for the future. She told Naluta magazine in 2017, "I see myself hopefully on some sort of music tour, releasing music, performing, and being in the most creative zone I've ever been in."
I'm pumped. I'm ready to get out there and do it.
But Natasha also has one more thing on her list as she thinks ahead to her 5-year plan. She added, "Hopefully I'll have a boyfriend by then as well." Now that Natasha is old enough to live on her own, you might wonder if she's more interested in her friends than she is in spending time with her family. But even though she's flown the nest and is all grown up, she is still a family girl through and through. She admitted to the Christian Post, "Family is everything. Stick by your family and support them through the tough times and the great times." That's not to say that Natasha thinks that her family is perfect or that they don't ever disagree. It turns out her family is just like any other, even though they're super tight and famous. She added, "I've definitely experienced ups and downs in my family. It's always so important to put in the effort and have a positive outlook." There's a lot of pressure on kids in America to get good grades in high school so they can get into a great college. But having grown up with parents who entered their professions at a very young age, skipping college altogether, Natasha never felt the call toward higher education. She explained to Parade, "I just never thought that that'd be something that I would do, mostly because neither of my parents went to college, so I never really had that influence."
What? Are you serious? Natasha! I thought you knew that!
Given that Natasha has chosen to pursue the entertainment and music industries, college just isn't a necessity. Plus, school had never been a positive experience for her in the first place. She revealed, "I felt like, for me, school was always the enemy. You have to have super good grades to be able to get a worker's permit to act, and so I just always felt like school wasn't on my side. Ultimately, I'm happy with my decision to just do my own thing." Making the decision to go into the movie business meant that Natasha would be exposed to all that Hollywood has to offer, and not all of it aligns with her religious values. But it appears that she isn't all that worried about it. Her moral compass is solid and she knows what she wants out of her career. She told Fox News, "I think because of that, I don't really get tempted too much in Hollywood. I'm pretty secure in who I am and what I believe in and what I stand for."
What's up with this Jason guy?
I'm guessing you're not his type.
Is he alive? Then I can be his type.
Natasha knows how strong the pressure to conform can be. Having watched her mother go through it before, she added, "There's so many things out there, and it's a very hard industry, so I think when my mom put her foot down on some things, it was definitely hard. I personally have not experienced that in particular, but I think that if I was offered something that was kind of uncomfortable, I definitely would have the same take on it." When it comes to her children finding their forever people, Mom Candace is ready, and the proud mama is extremely pleased with the people her children have grown up to be. She told Us Weekly in 2019, "They're all looking for good people to hang out with or date, looking for a wife, looking for a husband, and I'm proud of that. I wish that they would date more in a sense." That sounds so weird. But that doesn't mean she wants her kids to rush into something with the wrong person. And let's not forget, the Bure family standards are pretty high. Candace added, "Natasha hasn't brought anyone home yet because no one's good enough for Papa, and that's a really good thing. Everyone's got to live up to that standard."
What happened? What did you guys just say about me?
For her part, Natasha had a pretty funny reaction to her mom's public comments on the matter, which she posted on her Instagram page, joking, "You heard it here first. No one's good enough." Check out one of our newest videos right here. Plus, even more list videos about your favorite celebs are coming soon. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell so you don't miss a single one.